What's going on, guys? Bojo672 coming out with a video right now. So I want to go over Eagles training camp open practice today. $475,000 raised. 40,000 fans showed up at Lincoln Financial Field today, which was awesome. I wish I was there. And I saw a lot of video today on a lot of players. A couple injuries today, nothing crazy. But it was a pretty good day. It was an exciting day, and I wish I was there. It looked like it was a lot of fun. So let's go straight to the news of what happened today. So Carson Wentz in the red zone today. I think it was 6 passes, 4 attempts, 3 touchdowns today. He actually threw a touchdown pass to Dallas Goedert through 3 defenders for a touchdown. Carson Wentz goes to the right side for a 50, 60-yard bomb to Desean Jackson. Perfect on the money, even on the one-on-one drills when they had Desean out there, and a couple other receivers. They had Nelson Aguilar out there going against some of our DBs. Some of the DBs did make plays, but Desean Jackson is just so quick. You know, he can run 100 miles an hour going vertical, and then on a nice he goes 10 yards. He just changes direction so smoothly and so easily on those comeback routes, too. It's absolutely amazing. Then Carson Wentz actually threw the ball, which was deflected off Malik Jackson's hands, came back at Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz caught the ball, ran in for a touchdown himself, which was absolutely amazing. Another thing that Carson, could do is, the play is still alive, whether he's extending the play. And Carson Wentz is looking, he's got to be more careful on the field this year, but you've seen Carson Wentz the past couple of years. He'll go down the field and make a block, but he's just got to be careful with his body and not go too crazy and not, self-inflict himself into some danger, unless it's like, an NFC Championship game or it's something really important where the game is on the line and he's got to do something. That's a different story, depending on the score of the game. But, Carson Wentz did a really good job today. I was very happy with the throws that he's made, and he's looking like his release is very good. You know how, the past couple of years, it's been like a very long release. Like Carson Wentz looks, and then he throws the ball into a motion where it's such a long motion. It's like where he's passing the ball. Even handing the ball off, he makes it so obvious the past couple of years. But I've seen in today's video that he looks like it's, his release is really quick. He's got a very quick release. That ball is out of his hands pretty damn quick. And with this wide receiver group he does have, should be out of his hands pretty quickly. Linebackers Nate Gary and Zach Brown started first-team reps today. Saw Camu Grugier-Hill on crutches coming out. Camu is relieved that it's not a season-ending injury. He's going to miss a couple games in September, and he'll be back. But it's nice that, it's not serious. But Nate Gary made a video on this the other day. Kevin Fajol, the linebacker coach, has got really good things to say about him. And he is praising him a lot. Nate Gary has switched from safety to linebacker the past couple of years, transitioning himself into this position. And Zach Brown is Zach Brown. Zach Brown is a great blitzer. He's a great tackler, and he puts a thud on somebody when someone tries to run up the middle. So I'm very happy with that. I know Nigel Brown, I think, has a thumb injury or a toe. I forgot if he has a thumb injury or a toe injury, one or the other. But very excited about this linebacker group going forward. LJ Fort, another guy, he actually broke up a screen pass today. LJ Fort has had a very, very good camp. So I don't want anyone to freak out over this linebacker core because we have some guys that are making plays. LJ Fort is a upcoming star. That's really did a good job this camp and hopefully transitions to the regular season. And I really wouldn't worry too much about anybody else right now. It's a pretty good group right now. Josh Adams broke a few tackles for some runs today. Wendell Smallwood had a 20-yard run today. So they had a few reps here and there with the offense. I think they switched them in the first team a few times, but they're getting their chances. I'm a big Wendell Smallwood fan, but Josh Adams, I just think he's just not going to be here. So that's it with that. Avonte Maddox is still doing his thing, especially in the red zone, breaking up passes. Another pass to Desean Jackson was swatted down by Avonte Maddox. For a guy that's 5'8", 5'9", he plays hard. He actually broke up a pass for Desean Jackson the other day as well. So Avonte Maddox keeps making plays, I think, going into his second year now. You know what? He's got a lot to prove. The team needs him badly, and, we need to start finding some corners for the future after this year. I'm very proud of Avonte Maddox, thrown into the fire last year as a safety, moving here, inside, outside, and, finding his groove in this defense. The newly acquired safety, Jonathan Cyprien, I keep saying his name wrong. I'm sorry. Broke up a pass to Josh Adams. Got it right out of his hands after the catch. So we're going to see where Jonathan is going to fit in with this defense. If he has a huge chance. A lot of analysis guys are saying that he's not really going to have a chance. Way too much depth. I think the most depth we have right now is safety is one of the deepest on this team right now. You have a lot of guys. Malcolm Jenkins, Ronnie McLeod's coming back slowly. Andrew Sendejo, Jonathan Cyprian now. Blake Countess, DeAndre Hall, Trey Sullivan, you name it, they're all there. So going to be very excited to see this battle continue, especially with the first preseason game coming up. Tight end Joshua Perkins had a one-handed catch in the end zone. I haven't really heard Perkins' name too much, and this was a guy that I thought that would make, before we got the whole Richard Rodgers thing going on before last year, I thought Joshua Perkins was going to be that third tight end for a while, because he was making plays here and there, but I think with the experience, I think what Perkins is lacking so much is his blocking. His blocking is not great, but he's a big body, he's a big tight end, and he's pretty athletic, and caught a one-handed touchdown catch. I just don't think that he's going to really make the team. I think right now they're going to get more reps just because Richard Rodgers is dealing with injury right now. Then you have Alex Ellis that we picked up from the Kansas City Chiefs practice squad, so he's going to get some reps as well. So that's pretty much it with that. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside and Miles Sanders actually started on 11-on-11s with the first team, which was pretty damn good. I want to see more reps from J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. Want to see how athletic he is transitioning himself and his speed, his athletic ability for his size into the NFL world right now. Miles Sanders looks absolutely amazing. Miles Sanders, I saw a few videos today, and Miles Sanders got a 10-yard touchdown today, literally. I mean, it was amazing. Miles Sanders looked like a Shady-esque running back. It looked like LaShawn McCoy out there. He literally ran up to the line. He faked out one or two guys, cut to the outside. His jump cut is amazing. And that's where I didn't even know what was going to happen. I thought he was just going up the middle, and all of a sudden he just did boom. He just did that little jump cut, and he went to the outside. He just scored a touchdown like it was nothing. I cannot wait to see Miles Sanders run with the football in preseason. I hope he gets some good reps on Thursday. So I'm very excited about that. Sidney Jones broke up another 2 passes today. Sidney Jones making plays in training camp. A very strong, 100% healthy Sidney Jones. Could be a shutdown corner Sidney Jones. Not trying to hype him up, but I said, before OTAs that this was going to be his last chance. And everyone's like, no, it's not. He's going to have another year. But you never know, because if he can't stay healthy, and I hope he does, and he's making all these plays and in camp right now, and he's really looked really good. And I know that the coaches are happy with him, and I think the fans are pretty happy with him right now. And we need corners to stay healthy. We need corners to stay in games, and between some of these guys that, Cravon LeBlanc needs to come back. And, Jalen Mills is still dealing with the foot injury. So, he's on the PUP list. So, those are pretty much guys need to start working a little bit. But very happy with Avonte Maddox and Sidney Jones, the way these guys have just been working their tail off. So injuries, right? It's the last thing I want to talk about. Shelton Gibson had an ankle injury. A guy had to get helped off the field. He could walk kind of on his own. He was limping a little bit. And then Joe Osman, defensive end Joe Osman. Got carted off the field. And then later it was updated that he has a knee injury. We're going to find out tomorrow what the hell happens. I don't know. At this point, Joe Osman's gone now, and everyone was pretty high on Joe Osman. Howie Roseman was high on Joe Osman. Even Jim Schwartz was as well. I don't know. Sharif Miller and Josh Sweat need to step up. If they do not step up, I have a feeling that, and I don't want this move to really happen, I have a feeling Connor Barwin is going to get signed. I got a feeling it's going to happen. If Sharif Miller and Josh Sweat, I'm looking for Josh Sweat to have an impact year more than Sharif Miller. Unless Sharif Miller surprises me, because I never seen Sharif Miller play. I've seen Josh Sweat play, and he gave some good pressure last preseason, and then kind of didn't really play well, and then had was put on IR at the end of the year. Someone's got to step up. It's just to this point now where, I don't know if Joe Osman is going to be back in a few days. It just doesn't look like it. If he's carted off, it never looks good when someone's carted off. I know Camus was carted off, but if someone's carted off, they're definitely missing time. And Joe Osman, I just don't know at this point. I really don't. Josh Sweat needs to make an impact. He's got to have an impact offseason, an impact preseason. As long as you get as long as you can get some disruption in the backfield. It's hard for me to say because it's just like people are going to make a big deal out of it. I mean, it's just 2 more injuries, but I'm not worried. Shelton Gibson, it is what it is. I mean, the guy's trying to make the team. The guy's been trying to make the team the past few years, and he had a really bad first year. His second year, he had a good offseason, and then he made one good catch during the Vikings game, and they never really put him on the field again. And then now he's really trying to push, and the wide receiver is very deep this year. There's a lot of guys he's going up against right now. So, and then now this is going to hurt his chances. So I don't know how bad his ankle is going to be, but we'll find out. But Joe Osman, it's not good. It doesn't look good at all. It's a knee injury. It's not good. So I don't know. There was some rumor on ESPN that the Eagles might be trading for a defensive end. If they're not getting, like what Connor Barwin even said that on 94 WIP, Connor Barwin pretty much said that, the Eagles are going to see what their young guys can do in preseason, and if they think they need help, they will sign Connor Barwin. I think signing Connor Barwin will happen. I don't think the Eagles are going to give up draft picks to go get some big dude from another team, another player from another team, and spend, not even just money, but, draft capital that's going to affect us next year. I just don't see it happening. Maybe we fleece a team. I don't know. It rarely really doesn't happen with us too much. But 2 more injuries. And Joe Osman, we need this defensive line to be good. Okay, I'm good with Derek Barnett and Brandon Graham, and Josh Sweat and Sharif Miller need to show me. They just need to show me they could play. And if they're not getting any pressure, they shouldn't be playing. Period. Shouldn't be playing. I'll give Sharif Miller a pass because it's his first year, but Josh Sweat needs to make some plays. He really needs to make some plays. So other than that, guys, that's really it. So those 2 injuries really kind of pissed me off today. But other than that, a lot of guys made some stride today. This offense is looking pretty damn good. Everybody's making plays in camp. Everybody's catching the ball. Carson Wentz's release looks amazing. Miles Sanders is jump cutting. And I forgot to mention Miles Sanders, not just a 10-yard touchdown. He went up the middle for a good 20, 25 yards. But the guy didn't really tackle him at the end, so he kept running. So I'm hoping to think he would have got an extra few yards out of that after the 20 yards. But really, everybody's looking pretty good. The offense is looking great. Defense is looking good. Sidney Jones and Avonte Maddox are holding it down for the defense. They really are, for the cornerback position at least. And then, linebacker's a whole different story. Sorry, my phone's dying. Linebacker's a whole different story. Cam moves out now. We have a lot of guys. LJ Fort's had a good camp. Nigel Bradham is just sitting out right now with a minor injury. Nothing crazy. Zach Brown is in there right now. Big proven vet. Pro Bowler, and you know what? At this point, Nate Gary is doing this thing. It's good. We have a lot of guys that have got a lot of playing time. See, the thing that no one understands is these guys have gotten a lot of playing time because of injuries. So when they get the experience that they've been in games, it really does help this whole entire team by a whole. This defense survives from the defensive line to the gel of this secondary. That's where this defense comes together, because if you can't have people hurt on this defensive line because the corners will get exposed. If the corners start getting hurt, they somehow seem to still gel together, and it's amazing. We were a 4-6 team that turned to a divisional playoff team. So, it's crazy. So, other than that, guys, that's all I want to talk about. Great day at camp today. Probably have some injury updates tomorrow. Probably won't be able to get a video out till late tomorrow night. So if you hear anything, it's probably because I'm working most likely. So I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up. Fly, fly.